students, how are you today? Welcome to MathTok live series for Primary 6. Alright, the June holidays are almost over, so before we jump back into school next week, who's ready to restart your math engine? Double tap the screen if you're ready to get your brain thinking again. I want to see lots of taps, okay? So, welcome to the MathTok live series. I'm Coach Leo and I'm the founder of Tutify Education and the co-founder at the Southeast Asian Math Olympiad. For the past 18 years, I've been helping students to think better, solve faster, and build critical thinking skills needed to excel in math. Now, students, I'd like to get to know you. Tell me, what is your school name? Let's see which schools are representing today. Alright. So, think of today's session as a warm-up before the race begins. After a month-long holiday, many students lose momentum. So, over the next 90 minutes, we are going to restart that engine and revise the most important topics from the first half of the year to sharpen your thinking skills that you'll need for the months ahead. If you've already downloaded today's worksheet, fantastic! You'll be able to attempt the questions together with me and share your answers in the chat. But if you haven't, don't worry. All the questions will be displayed on screen, and you can also download the worksheet from our Telegram channel. There, our Telegram channel is Tutify Edu, okay? So, students, most importantly, during the lesson, please do not waste time copying the solutions while I'm teaching. Because if you're too busy writing everything down, you will miss the explanations. So listen carefully and ask questions in the chat so that you will be focused during the session and you will understand the strategies better. The full step-by-step solutions will be provided in our Telegram channel after the class. Okay? Oh, hold on. I haven't connected my microphone. Hold on. Let me just connect this microphone. Alright. So, now we are going to make today's session more exciting. We are going to have the epic math battle between the boys and the girls. So, boys, you're on Team Jinu, and girls, you're on Team Rumi. Yesterday, Team Jinu won. So, let's see whether Team Rumi can take revenge today, okay? Here's how it works. When I ask for an answer, the first 3 correct answers in the chat will score points for your team. Please type your answer with the letter R or J. Then I'll know which team you're from. Also, don't answer too early. Only give your answer when I ask for it. If not, it will be invalid, okay? So, I will show you a countdown timer. When you see the countdown timer, then you can give your answer. It looks like this. Alright, and when the timer goes to 0, then you can type your answers. Then I will give you the scores accordingly. So, throughout the session, I'll be reading your comments, calling out names, and answering your questions, and also giving points to your team. So you better stay sharp. Alright, at the end of the session, the winning team will get a victory song celebration. Alright, worksheets ready, pen and paper ready. Is your brain switched on? Let's get started. Now, we are doing Primary 6 PSLE preparation because once you start school, you are going to be faced with your prelim very soon, right? Primary 6 students. So, let's revise the important topics. Let's start with algebra. Find the ratio B is to C given that 1/3 B is equals to 3/4 C. So, how should we do this? Come, let's write it down first. 1/3 B equals 3/4 of C. Now, do you notice that there's fractions, right? So what we would like to do is, let's get rid of the denominator first. So what is the lowest common multiple between 3 and 4? That would be 12. So just imagine you multiply both sides by 12. Now if that's the case, then let's simplify it. 12 divided by 3 gives you 4. 12 divided by 4 gives you 3. So what do we have now? 4b equals to 3c. There you go. And from here, how do I get the ratio b is to c? If you want to get the ratio b is to c, it would be great if you can get the fraction b over c first. Okay, if you can get b over c, you will be able to know the ratio b is to c. So let's write it down. How do we do that? Why not we divide both sides by c first? So you divide both sides by c. Do you notice that you can cancel out the c here? Right? Then you end up with b over c already, right? But you still need to get rid of this 4. So let's divide by 4 on both sides. Students, when you see an equal hold on, gives us a not recommended in search results for 10 minutes due to reproduce content. What the hell? Okay, no, I'm just reading a notification from TikTok. What is going on here, man? Oh, I think I know what's going on. Okay, never mind. TikTok have so many rules for live streaming nowadays. Okay, divide by 4 on both sides. Students, you must make sure that when you do something on one side of the equal sign, you must also do the same thing on the other side. Okay? So once you divide by 4 on both sides, you will then end up with B over C equals to 3 over 4. Okay? So then you can have the ratio B is to C, 3 is to 4. There you go. Alright, students, if you have any questions, just feel free to type in the chat. Alright? So this is how we manipulate the algebraic variables and relate a fraction to a ratio. The fraction will directly translate into a ratio. Okay, so let's take a look at question number 2. Simplify each of the following. Now students, just a quick revision before I let you try the question. If you have an apple and I give you another apple, then how many apples do you have? Then you have 2 apples, right? If I give you an apple and I give you a banana and I ask you how many apples you have, you will have, can I say that you have 2 apples now? Or can I say you have 2 apples and bananas? No, you only have 1 apple and 1 banana. So if you have 2 different alphabets, you cannot add them together. They are not the same, right? So our answer will just be A plus B. You cannot add them together because they are different alphabets. You can only add together the like terms. Okay, like terms. So apple plus apple is 2 apple. And if you want to have a banana plus a banana, B plus B, you get 2 bananas. Now, what's the difference between plus and multiply? So A plus A is 2A. A times A will give you A to the power of 2. So this small little number here is called a power. It's called a power. What does the power tell you to do? It tells you how many times you must multiply the same number by itself. So for example, A to the power of 2 equals to A times A, right? A to the power of 3 means A times A times A, okay? Alright, so when you multiply, it ends up with a power. So students, if we look at our question here, do you notice that you have 8m minus 4m? Right? So you can subtract this, but you must be very careful. You know why? If you subtract it straight away, you'll get it wrong. Because even in algebra, you need to care about the order of operations. So what does the order of operations tell you? You must always resolve the brackets first, followed by times and divide. Then you can do plus and minus. So do you notice that times and divide has a higher priority than plus and minus? Therefore, if you see a minus here and a times here, which one is more important? The multiplication is more important. So when you do this question, make sure you take care of 4m times 2 first. Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to give you a chance to try this question on your own. Why not you take some time to try this first? Then I will start the countdown timer and you can share with me your answers. Okay? So for those of you who are just joining us, if you don't have the worksheet, don't worry. You can either just look at the screen because we have the questions on screen, or you can go to Telegram and search for our Telegram channel, Tutify Edu. Then you'll be able to download the worksheets from there. Okay? So, students, are you ready to type your answer? This is quite a straightforward question. I'm going to start the countdown timer. Remember, boys, you're from Team Gino. Girls, you're from Team Rumi. When you give your answer, please type the letter R or the letter J so that I know which team you're from and I can give you points. Are you ready? I'm going to start the timer now. Okay, give me your answers. Sign 2, Joanne. Sign 2, Joanne, is it? And Aran. Very good. 3 of you from Team Gino. You got the correct answer. Well done. The boys are leading the way. Okay, so students, well done. Let's see how it works. We are going to take 4 times 2 first, and that will give you 8m, right? So 8m minus 8m. 4 times 2 is 8, right? So it's 8m plus 9m. Do you notice that 8 minus 8 is 0? So what's the answer? 9m. There you go. Any questions? Okay, now let's try part B. Everyone, I'm going to give you some time to try this out, and then I'm going to start the countdown timer. Okay? Remember, students, do not type your answer before the timer, because if you type your answer too early, when I did not tell you to do so, then it is not counted. Okay? So students, work it out now. I'm going to start the countdown timer very soon, in just a few seconds. Okay? P times P plus P divided by P minus P. Please be careful of the order of operations. Make sure you do multiplication and division before you do addition and subtraction. Are you ready to type your answer? I'm going to start the countdown timer right now. Very good. I can see Pangster, you got it correct. Who else? Sign 2. Good try, good try. Not bad. Okay, so students, very good. Team Ginu has another point. Let me add 1 point for Team Ginu. There you go. So students, wait, who else? Oliver, you did not type which team you're from, Rumi or Ginu. If you're a boy, you're from Team Ginu, type the letter J. If you're a girl, you're from Team Rumi, type the letter R. But Oliver, you got it correct. Okay, well done. So, how do you do this? Remember what I said about P times P. P plus P is equal to 2P. But when you multiply it, you'll get a power. So power of 2. So this power tells you how many times you're multiplying the same number by itself. Okay? So P times P equals to P to the power of 2. Then you plus P divided by P. Students, P out of P equals to 1. Okay, just like 5 out of 5 is equals to 1, right? The same number divided by itself will always be 1. And then minus P. So this is the answer, students. But, you know, if you want to look more professional, right? You know what you can do? You can always arrange the power from highest to lowest. For example, we're going to put P to the power of 2 first, minus P to the power of 1. Students, whenever you see a number 1, you actually don't have to write it. Okay? But I just want you to know that this is P to the power of 1. Then followed by plus 1. There's no more P over there, right? So if you arrange it like that, you will look more professional. There you go. Okay? So students, let's move on to question C. Starting to look more complicated, right? So what does the bracket mean, students? In algebra, when you have a number beside the bracket, it means that you are taking this number multiplied by all the numbers inside the bracket. Now, you do not need to write a multiplication sign, because in algebra, as long as you write something side by side, A, B, that means you're already multiplying it. If you write it side by side, for example, 5A, that means you're already multiplying it, students. Okay, and coincidentally, this is equal to A plus A plus A plus A plus A. Okay, so if you have A plus A plus A plus A plus A, you're also going to get 5A, which is 5 times A. So when you write things side by side, it already means multiply. So how do you multiply brackets? You take turns to multiply each term 1 by 1. 12 times A gives you 12A, right? Plus 12 times B gives you 12B. There you go. That's how you do it, okay? So I'm going to expect you to do the same for this question. Then you can type your answer in the chat. Are you ready? Please start working on it right now. Then I will give you the countdown timer. After the countdown timer runs out, then you can type your answers, okay? So students, for those of you who have just joined us, welcome to the MathTok live series for Primary 6. We are preparing for your prelims that is coming up very soon after your school starts. And if you don't have the worksheet, just look at the screen, because all the questions are on screen, right? Or if you want to download the worksheet, just join our Telegram channel, Tutify Edu. See, it's on screen. You can see our Telegram channel on screen here. Join our Telegram channel and you can download your worksheets. And one more thing, if you join the Telegram channel, after the lesson, you will be receiving the full step-by-step solution in Telegram, okay? So students, have you already worked this out? I'm going to start the countdown timer and then you can give the answers. Ready? Let's go. Okay, type your answers. you to reproduce content, pre-recorded content. What? You see, I don't understand what TikTok is trying to tell me. Not contain the content mentioned. Aiyo. No, I just received a notice from TikTok about this live stream. Yes, they say that they are banning certain things. So weird. Okay, looks like Joe. Okay, very good. Sign 2. Joe Ang and Hui Yu, you got it. You're the top 3 who got it first. So Team Jinu has 7 points now. Well done. Let's see how to do this. We have 12 times 1/4 m, right? 12 times 1/4 m, that will be 12 times 1/4 is 3, right? Then we need to take 12 times 1/3 n. So that will give us 4n. Okay, because 12 times 1/3 is equals to 4, then you just minus 3m plus 7. So you notice that the 3m and the 3m will cancel out. 3m minus 3m is 0, right? So the final answer is 4n plus 7. There you go. Alright, so let's take a look at question D. Okay, remember the order of operations. Always focus on multiplication and division before you do addition and subtraction. So why not you take some time to try this out, students? Then I'll start the countdown timer and I'll see who are the top 3 students who get it correct, okay? Alright, for those of you who do not know how to join Telegram, don't worry. Another thing you can do is you can visit my profile. And if you visit my profile, you see link 3. Can you click on this link? And you will see a button that you can use to go and download your worksheets if you want to. Okay? Or else, I would like you to just take some rough paper and join in, because all the questions are on screen anyway. Okay. Cannot be restored in recognition search results. Wow. TikTok is quite crazy. So many rules on their live stream. Okay. Are you ready to give your answers, students? Let's take a look. I'm going to start the timer now. Very good, students. Joang, Pangster, and Aran, you got it. Well done. Wow, Team Jinu is already way ahead of Team Romy. Good job, boys. So let's take a look here. We are going to multiply this first. Now, when you multiply, we are trying to simplify it as much as we can first, right? So this is considered a numerator because the denominator is 1. Even though you did not write anything in fractions, the denominator can be 1 for whole numbers. So this is a numerator. You try to simplify it with a denominator, okay? So when you have, what is the meaning of t squared? T to the power of 2, that means t times t. So what we can do is actually we can divide by t and divide by t. The t is gone. One t is gone, but you still have another t remaining. And therefore, you will have 30t over here. Plus, okay, this divided by this. Students, I recommend that whenever you see a divide, you just convert it into a fraction. Why? Because whenever you draw a line like that in a fraction, it means divide. It means divide. And it's very much easier for you to visualize what's happening. Now you know that this is t times t, right? So you just cancel away 1t, and you're left with only 1t. And what about 55 and 11? Divide by 11, you get 5. Divide by 11, you get 1. So you end up with 30t plus 5t. And what will happen? Is it 30t? Oh, forgot to divide by 2. Can you see that there's a 2 here? Forgot to simplify this. Divide by 2, 15. Divide by 2, 1. So you end up with 15t, not 30, okay? 15t plus 5t, which will give us 20t. There you go. Alright, students, now we have warmed up our fractions. Our algebra. We have warmed up our algebra. It is time for us to do problem sums, everyone. So let's take a look at question number 3. They say that if the height of a triangle is decreased by 10%, then by how many percent does the area decrease? So students, just a quick revision. This is a triangle, and this is the base of the triangle. Where is the height? The height is always 90 degrees to the base. Always 90 degrees to the base. How do you find the area? The area is half times the base times the height. Okay? Now, they say that if you decrease the height by 10%, students, original height is 100%. If you decrease by 10%, it means that you're going to get 90% only. And by the way, what is the meaning of percentage? Whenever you see the percentage symbol, it means to divide by 100. For example, 50% means 50 divided by 100, which will give you half, right? 20% means what? 20 divided by 100, which will give you 1 out of 5. And what about 90%, students? Okay, so if you are going to have 90%, then that will be 90 out of 100. If you cancel the 0, you get 9 out of 10. And remember, I told you that in a fraction, this line means divide. So basically, you're having 9 divided by 10. What is 9 divided by 10? 0.9. 0.9. So 90% is actually 0.9. So I'm going to make use of this information, okay? Okay. So we are going to say that the original area is half times the base times the height. And what is the new area? The new area is half times what? Times the base. But then the height was decreased by 10%. That means you are only left with 0.9 of the height, which is 90% of the height. So instead of 100%, now you decrease it to 90%, okay? So why not you work this out? What is half times 0.9, students? Actually, if you convert half into a decimal, it will be 0.5, right? So what is 0.5 times 0.9? 5 times 9 is 45, so you get 0.45 times the base times the height. So what is the question asking? By how many percent does the area decrease? Now students, you must first find what is the decrease. You must compare the original. Okay, the original area is 0.5 base times height. The new area is 0.45. So we are just going to take, what is the difference? The difference is 0.5 minus 0.45 base times height. That will give you 0.05. So the difference is now 0.05 base times height. And if you want to find the percentage decrease, we must compare the change. This is the change. Okay, let me write down. The change divided by the original. Okay, so students, can you calculate this? I give you some time. Calculate what is the percentage decrease. And then, I'm going to start the countdown timer. You can type your answer in the chat. Please don't type your answers now. If not, everyone can see your answer. When I tell you to type, then you type. Okay, I will have a 5-second countdown timer. Remember, boys, you're from Team Jinu. Girls, you're from Team Rumi. The first 3 students who get the correct answer will earn points for your team. But when you type your answer, please type the letter R or the letter J so that I know which team you're from. Okay? I hope you are done calculating. I missed the front part. It's okay, don't worry. At least you didn't miss the whole thing, right? No, because TikTok is like showing me some warning on this live. I don't know why. They say that, oh, there's some, what? Pre-recorded content. No lah, where got pre-recorded? I'm here live, right? Okay. So students, I hope you have finished calculating. I'm going to start the timer and you can type your answer when the timer runs out. Let's go! Alright, very good, Pangster. Do the dance. Okay, our first target is 1K likes, then we'll do the dance, okay? Pangster, you got it correct. Who else? Aran, very good. Joe Ang, you got it correct. Good job. Let's add 3 points for Team Jinu. Well done, Team Jinu. So, students, look, what is the change? The change is 0.05, right? Base times height. And with the original area is 0.5 base times height. So, of course, you can just cancel out the base and height because they are just going to give you 1. Now you just need to take care of 0.05 divided by 0.5. Okay, so what is 0.5? 0.05 divided by 0.5. That, oh yeah, don't forget to convert it into a percentage. You must multiply by 100%. Then you can convert it into a percentage. Students, whenever you see a fraction, all you need to do is multiply by 100% in order to convert into a percentage. In fact, yesterday I talked about percentage, right? So the answer will be, okay, so if you divide this, you get 1 and you get 10. So 1 over 10. Then you simplify, divide by 10, divide by 10, you'll get 10%, and that is your answer. Very good. Okay, so that's how we get percentage. Anyone have questions? By now, some of you should already have your answer, right? I'm going to start the countdown timer. Get ready to type your answer. The question is, what is the total amount of water in both pails? How many liters? Ready? Type your answer when the timer runs out. Alright, type your answers now. Very good. Pangster, you got it. Jo Ang, you got it. Well done. Yeah, you know what happened just now? No sound. You know why no sound or not? Because, right, the microphone ran out of battery. Luckily, I realized how come no sound. But don't worry, you know why? because I'm recording the entire lesson, and in our Telegram channel, I'll be providing the recording as well. So just in case you miss anything, no sound, you can even rewatch that part of the video. So Pangster, Joang, and Aran, you got it. Actually, I see that Claire, you also got the answer, but you did not type your team name. Are you from Team Rumi or Team Jinu? I do not know, so I cannot give you points. So Team Jinu, you have 3 more points, and now you are at 16. Wow, very good, Team Jinu. So students, what should we do now? We want to make the total amount the same. Multiply by 3, you get 15, 9, and 6. Okay, 15, 9, and 6. So now you can compare. Because they say that they poured 4 liters of water, right, from pail A to pail B, which means that, from pail B to pail A, from where? Poured from pail B to pail A, correct, pail B to pail A. So do you notice that pail A increased by 1 unit and pail B decreased by 1 unit? So what does that tell you? That tells you that the 1 unit must be 4 liters of water. So how much is the total? 15 unit. 60 liters. There you go. Oh, 3.2k likes. We have a dance again. Well done, students. Next target is 5k likes. This is so fast, right? From 1k, suddenly 3k, now we're at 5k. Okay, wait, let me reset the thing so that later we can activate it again. Yes, done. All right, so students, well done. We have solved question number 4. Let's take a look at question 5 now. So here they are asking you what is the value of D if A is equal to 420, right? So students, you must find the relationship. What must you find? You must first find the relationship between A, B, C, and D. Then you'll be able to know what is the value of D if A is 420. So how do you do that? I'll just do one example for you first. So for example, they already told us that A is to B is 5 is to 4, right? So B is to C is 7 is to 2. Now, you notice that B is the same, right? So how come the number is different? Shouldn't it be the same? Of course it should be the same. So what you should do is make it the same, you see? 28. Alright, so how do you get 28? 7 times 4 is 28. So you must also times 4 over here. 2 times 4 is 8. And 4 times 7 is 28. So you must also take 5 times 7, 35. There you go. And now you want to combine these 3. You can easily do it. 35, 28, and 8. So I'm just doing one example. You still need to do C and D. So don't copy whatever I'm writing. You do it on your own. Okay? You must make use of all this that the question has given you. Alright? So I'm going to give you some time. Okay? Do your calculation. And they're asking you to find the value of D if A is equal to 420. Alright? So students, don't type your answer yet. Wait, let me read your chat. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions, you can always type your question in the chat. Yeah, students, then I'll answer your question if anyone has any questions, okay? And of course, students, I just want to remind you that throughout the lesson, you do not need to copy the answer because at the end of class, I'll give you the full step-by-step solutions in Telegram. Okay, so during class, I just want you to pay attention, listen, and ask questions. Then you will not miss out on the explanation. Okay, let's see who else. Okay, let's see if you are ready. We're almost going to start the countdown timer. Remember, do not type your answer yet. Alright, do not type your answer yet because it's not counted. I must show you the countdown timer, then you can type the answer to be fair to everyone. And remember, boys, type the letter J because you're from Team Jinu. And girls, type the letter R from Team Rumi when you give your answer so that I can allocate points to you. Let's see if Team Rumi can even score 1 point because the boys seems to be so fast today. Okay, students, the question is asking what is the value of D? Okay, what is the value of D? And get ready to type your answer. I'm going to start the countdown timer now. Very good. I can see Punkster, you got it. Claire, try again. Joe Ang, you got it. And you got it as well. Good job. Well done, Team Jinu. You have all the top 3 points again. Okay, so Team Jinu, you're at 19. So let's see how we can solve this. Now, students, typically, right? Typically, when you have A, B, C, D, you should not be doing this yet. Don't do this yet. Please don't do this yet. Just focus on writing everything down first. So let's focus on writing everything. C is to D. 4 is to 3. You notice that I'm being very careful, right? Some of you accidentally wrote 3 is to 4. Haha, then you get it wrong. So it's supposed to be 4 is to 3. Now, how are you going to reconcile all of them? Just take a look at, I'm going to try my best to use this as small a number as possible. So I'm going to look at C first. If C is easier to make the same, then I'll make C the same first. So let's just multiply this by 2. So if you multiply this by 2, you get 14 and 4. Okay? So at least now you know that C is the same. Then what about B? B is 4 and 14. No choice. You still have to use 28. Okay, so in the end, we are still going to make it become 28. So I might as well just make it 28 immediately. Times 4. Okay, so I'll get 28. And what about this? Times 7, so that you can get 28. So you times 7, you get 35 is to 28. Times 4, you get 28 is to 8. And now that this is 8, then you can make this become 8 is to 6. So A is to B is to C is to D. You can combine 35, 28, 8, and 6. Now what did the question say? Find the value of D if A is equal to 420. A has 35 units. So you say 35 units equals to 420. 1 unit can be 420 divided by 35. And therefore, what is D? D is equal to 6 units, which is 12 times 6, 72. There you go, students. Wow, we're almost at 5K likes already. So fast, huh? Alright, anyone have any questions? Please type your question in the chat. Then I will help you out, okay? So, students, remember whenever you see different fractions, different ratios like that, try to link them together by making the common alphabets the same. Now, let's take a look at question number 6. Given that the area of circle A is 36% of circle B, what is the ratio of the circumference of circle A to circle B? Now, students, what is percentage? Once again, let me repeat. Percentage means to divide by 100. So if you see 36%, it means 36 out of 100. Okay, which can be simplified to 9 is to 25. 9 over 25. Okay, so students, if the question tells you that circle A, if the question tells you that circle A is 36% of circle B, so when you say area of circle A out of the area of circle B, right? Let's say that circle A is smaller than circle B because circle A is only 36% of circle B. That means circle A is definitely smaller. So when I find the area of circle A, pi r squared, I'm going to use a small letter r. Then when I find the area of circle B, because circle B is bigger, pi big R squared. That's the area of a circle. The formula to find area of the circle is pi r squared. Okay? And what did the question say? It is 36% of circle B. And we know that 36% is 9 out of 25. So we're going to say that this is 9 out of 25. Okay? And of course, students, you can just cancel away the pi. Pi divided by pi is just 1. So now what can we tell? Now you can tell that r to the power of 2 out of r to the power of 2 equals to 9 over 25. So are you able to find what is r over big R? I'm sure you can, right? Then once you do that, you will be able to tell me what is the ratio of, what are they asking? The circumference. Okay, so they want you to find the circumference. The circumference of A is to the circumference of B. What is the ratio? Then that is your final answer. I'm going to give you some time to think about it. And then you'll be able to type your answer in the chat. Okay? 5,000 likes. Wow. Okay, students, we have 5,000 likes. Well done. Woo! Very good. We have 5,000 likes, students. Now we can have our next target. Okay, let's see. Our next target shall be 7.5. Then after 7.5 will be 10. Just nice. All right, students. Very good. Sorry. Accidentally. Okay. So, are you ready to type your answers, students? Okay, I'll still give you a bit more time. Okay, by the way, right? For those of you who are just joining us, if you don't have the worksheet, don't worry. You can look at the screen because all the questions are reflected on the screen. But if you want to download the worksheet, you can always join our Telegram channel, which is over here, Tutify Edu. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can also do it another way. You just need to open my TikTok profile, click on this link here, and you'll be able to see a button, join the MathTok live series. Okay, then you can download the worksheets as well. So those are the two ways. And if you join the Telegram channel, you will be getting the full step-by-step solution for today's lesson as well. Okay? Then you can, that's why I say, during class, right, don't be so busy copying whatever I'm saying. In class, you shouldn't be copying, you should be listening. Then you will understand the explanation better. And you can also ask questions and you will learn more. So don't worry about copying. I always tell my students not to copy in class, okay? Alright, are you ready to tell me what is the ratio of the circumference of A to the circumference of B? I'm going to start the countdown timer, and once the timer is up, you will be able to type your answer. And remember boys, you're from Team Gino, type the letter J with your answer. Girls, you're from Team Rumi, type the letter R with your answer. Your time starts. Wait for the timer to run out, then you type your answer. Alright, type your answer now. Very good, Aran. And sign 2, you never simplify. No, sign 2, that's not correct, sorry. Oliver, you got it correct. And Joe Ang, you got it correct. User number 9207, you got it correct, but it's not counted because you type it too soon. Okay, we must wait for the countdown timer to run out. Then you type to be fair to everyone. Okay, so another 3 points for Team Gino. You know what, students? At this point, right, I think I might as well just declare Team Gino the winner. But never mind, let's just give some more time first. Maybe when we reach the next topic, then we will declare the winner. So, students, you see, what is the opposite of square? When you see this small little number here, we call it square. Squared. Why do you call it squared? Does anyone know? Okay, because, right, it tells you to multiply the same number by itself 2 times. And do you know that how do you find the area of a square? If you want to find the area of a square, you also multiply the same number by itself and you get the area of a square, yes or no? So, any number multiplied by itself will always give you the area of a square. So that's why we call it squared. So what's the opposite of squared? It is called square root. Square root. For example, 5 to the power of 5 squared equals to 25. So the opposite of square is square root. This is called square root. So square root of 25 equals to 5. Why? Because 5 times 5 is 25. What about 6 times 6 is 36. So what is the square root of 36? 6. It's as simple as this. So now you ask yourself, if you want to find R, right, without the power, right, then we need to square root 9 over 25. What is the square root of 9? 3 times 3 is 9, right? What is the square root of 25? 5 times 5 is 25. So 3 over 5. And therefore, what is the circumference? Students, in order to find circumference, you need to know the formula. The formula for circumference is 2 pi r. So if you take 2 pi r, this is the smaller circle, divided by 2 pi r, which is the bigger circle, you just need to cancel away the 2 pi. So then you're just left with r over r, which is the same ratio that we got. So therefore, we can just copy the same ratio here. 3:5. There you go. Very good, students. Actually, a lot of you got the correct answer, right? Your eyes don't lie, your hands do. What are you talking about, guys? What? 6.7K? Yes, I know, but the next target is 7.5K, ma. Alright, let's take a look at question number, let's go to the next topic, circles. So students, what is a circle? Let me just revise circles with you, okay? Now, this is a circle. And if you draw a dot here, this is the center of a circle, right? If you draw a line from the center of the circle touching the circumference of the circle, we can call this R, which is the radius. The radius. And how do you find the area of a circle? Just now I already told you. The area of a circle is pi times R times to the power of 2. R to the power of 2, that means R times R. And how do you find the circumference of a circle? Very easy. You just take the number 2 and you bring it down. You bring it down, then it becomes what? 2 times pi times R. That's all. Okay? There you go. So, that is how you find the area and the circumference of a circle. Now, one more thing I might as well talk about is the diameter of a circle. If you draw a line passing through the center, touching from circumference to circumference, we call this D. This is called the diameter. Which means 2 radius, okay, that means you take 1 radius plus another radius, you will get a diameter. Okay? There you go. Alright, so now that you know the basics, can everybody look at question 7? How do you find the area of the figure? Given that pi is 22/7. Let me talk about pi for a while. The area of a circle is pi r squared, right? Area of a circle, pi r squared. But you must know what is pi. And what is pi depends on the question. Sometimes the question tells you that it's 22/7. Sometimes the question tells you it's 3.14. So you must always listen to the question. Understand? Okay, so everyone, I'm going to give you 1 minute. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes. I'll give you 2 minutes. No, I think 1 minute should be enough, right? I think 1 minute. Wait, let me see how I can adjust this. I give you 1 minute. Okay, I give you 1 minute. You're going to calculate what's the area of this circle. Then we will ask you for your answer. Okay? Let's start. Hello, Teacher Daniel. Science Teacher Daniel is in the chat. You know, this TikTok, right? Give me some warning, you know. They say that it's like some pre-recorded content, but I'm here live. So weird, right, TikTok? Don't know whether you kena before or not on your TikTok live, Teacher Daniel. Oh, by the way, students, when the timer runs out, right, I'm going... Hello, Elliot. Wow, very good. Do you live in Singapore? Yes, I live in Singapore. Oh, user. Yeah, okay. Students, when the timer runs out, then everybody can type your answer, okay? When this timer runs out, everyone can type your answer. Time is almost up. 3, 2, 1, and type your answers, everyone. Very good. I can see some of you typing your answers already. So, looks like we have no... Oh, only Elliot got the correct answer. And Pangster got the correct answer as well. Very good, Elliot, Pangster, and Vincent. Well done. All of you are from Team Gino. And you got 25 points for Team Gino. Good job. At this point, did I... Sorry, how come the number of likes is already like 9.1? Did I already reset the next target? Oh, sorry, next target is 10K. Let me just reset. Okay, done. Okay, so at this point, you know what I'm going to do or not? I might as well declare that Team Gino is the winner because I think the Team Rumi cannot catch up. Okay, congratulations, Team Gino! Very good. Okay, so students, why did I declare Team Gino the winner is because we only have 5 questions left. And even if the girls get, like Team Rumi gets 3 points for all the 5 questions, it's only 15 points. You can never catch up, right or not? Okay? Alright, so students, how are we going to solve this question? Let's see. Do you notice that this shaded part is the same as the empty space over here? So we are going to cut and paste the shaded area from here into here. So once you move the shaded part, this will become shaded. And this will no longer be shaded, by the way. So actually, what are you finding? You are just finding this shape. What is this shape called? It is half of a circle, which is a semicircle. So how do you find the area of a semicircle? Which is only half of the circle. So you just need to add a half here. Okay, now next time, right, even if you see a quarter of a circle, so when you see 1/4 of a circle, right, okay, which is called a quadrant, by the way, then you just need to type 1/4, you just need to write 1/4 pi r square. You just need to add the 1/4 in front. So it's very simple. You just need to find out what fraction you want, and then you pi r square. That's it. Okay, so anyway, let's calculate. Now, do you see that the question already gave you the radius, which is 14. So we're going to make use of 14 as the radius. And what is pi? 22/7. So let's calculate. Half times pi times the radius 14 times the radius again, because there's a power of 2 over here. So it's radius times radius. So let's simplify it before we multiply. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 7, divide by 7, and there you go. 11 times 2 times 14 is 308 centimeters square. Okay, so that's how you solve this question. Anyone have any questions about this? It's 10K likes! Alright, let's do it! Very good. Our next target will be, let's see, what should our next target be? 12.5K, right? Okay, let's do 12.5K next target. 12.5K likes. Alright, and let me reset the dance also. Okay, got it. I reset already. Okay, so students, let's take a look at question number 8. Wow, look, this is not easy, by the way. You need to visualize a little bit better. Anyway, it's the same thing applies for all types of geometry question, whether you're doing circles, whether you're doing triangles, right? Visualization is a very important skill. Sometimes you even need to draw your own lines on the diagram. Okay, so let's take a look at this question first. Isosceles right-angled triangle. Students, what is an isosceles triangle? Let's just do a quick revision. If you have a triangle with all sides the same, you call this an equilateral triangle. If you have triangle with two sides the same, you call this the isosceles triangle. Okay? So you have an isosceles right angle triangle, ABC. So that means this is a right angle. And it's isosceles, that means this side is the same length as this side, right? And there's a semicircle inside it. The area of the semicircle given to you is 2 pi. So they already gave you the area of this semicircle. The semicircle has the center O. Okay, so let's say this is the center O. And the hypotenuse A is the tangent to the sides, AC and BC. Find the area of the triangle ABC. So students, they're asking you to find the area of the triangle. Okay, but you know, if you have a semicircle inside, when you draw a line from the center of the circle touching the circumference of the circle, you can call this a radius. And when you draw touching the circle like this, it's also called the radius. Wait, let me just make it in the center, I think. Yeah, I think it's somewhere here. This is the radius. And one more thing I want to tell you, right? No matter which direction you draw the radius, as long as you draw from the center of the circle touching the circumference, it's always the same length. Okay, all these have the same length, by the way. Okay, even if you imagine the circle like that, you draw here, it's still the radius, no matter which direction you draw. Okay? So that's what I wanted to tell you. So now you know that there's a radius there, you know that there's an isosceles triangle here, and it is a right angle triangle some more. They are asking you to find the area of the triangle, but they already gave you the area of the semicircle, 2 pi. notice that in this question, they did not tell you pi is equal to 22 over 7. They did not tell you. You know why? Because actually pi is not important here. You will cancel it out later. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes, everyone. 2 minutes to work on this question and type your answer in the chat. When the timer runs out, you can type your answer, okay? Your time starts now. Okay, for those of you who are just joining us, right? If you want to download the worksheet, you can join our Telegram channel at Tutify Edu. And later on, the full solution will also be sent to the Telegram channel. Okay? Students, let me tell you, you should draw your own lines. Draw your own lines to solve this question. If you want to solve this question, draw your own lines. You need to visualize it. You have 1 minute left. Remember me as Carrot. Hey, Aran. Oh, we have 12.5k likes already. Okay, after this, then we'll play the dance, okay? Yes, you're the sponge, Elliot. I know you're sponge. Aran is Carrot, Elliot is sponge. 30 seconds left. Get ready to type your answer, students. What is the area of the triangle? Three, 2, 1, and type your answer. Let's see who got the answer. Very good, Jo Ang. And who else? Any more? Pangster, you got it correct. Oliver, not bad, not bad. Good try. Sign 2, you got it correct. Well done. Okay, so students, how should we do this? So firstly, what I'd like to do is I would like to complete the circle. Okay, let's just use a complete circle. So now imagine that you have a complete circle. Wait, yeah. Okay, good. I think this will do. Okay, so imagine we have a complete circle, and you know what will happen? If I draw another line here, this will be the radius again, right? So, students, can you see that this length here is actually 2r? Okay, so the side length is 2r here, and we already know that the area of the semicircle is 2 pi. So how do you find area of semicircle? Area of semicircle equals to half pi r squared. And since the question already told us that it is equal to 2 pi, right? Then I can just cancel away the pi here, right? And what else can I do? Get rid of the half. How to get rid of half? Times 2 lah. Okay, so if you times 2, you get r squared equals to 4. There you go. R squared equals to 4 and r equals to 2. Because r squared, you square root 4, you get 2, right? Okay, so now you know that r equals to 2. Can you find the area of the triangle or not? Obviously you can. Half times 2r, the base, times 2r, the height. This is the base, this is also the height. Because the base of a triangle is always 90 degrees to the height. So half times the base times the height. And we get 8 cm squared. There you go. So students, I think the important part is how you visualize this thing. If you do not draw the remaining part of the circle, you might not know that this is 2r. So that's why I said draw your own lines, right? You draw your r, then you know it's 2r. Okay? Anyone have any questions or not, students? Okay, we're already going to hit 15k likes. So we are going to, wait, let me just update the likes. I'll update to 15k, then we'll play it, okay? Wow, I think you know what? I think today's likes is more than yesterday. Okay, ready? Let's go! Well done! Alright, let me update this now to 17.5, okay? Alright, very good students. Let me reset it also. Okay, done. We are loaded and ready to go. So students, this is how you visualize the question. Let's take a look at the final question. Wait, let me see. Is this really? Yeah, this is the final question. The final question of the day. Question number 9. So, what are we going to do? Okay, let's read the question first. OAB and PQR are two identical quadrants. What is a quadrant? A quadrant is 1/4 of a circle, right? And they overlap to form a square. And the area of the square is 98, 98 cm squared. Find the area of the shaded region. Students, this is really not very straightforward. You need to use your visualization skills, okay? Especially, okay, let me just give you a little bit of clues. For example, if you look at the quadrant, right? Imagine that the quadrant is part of a big circle. What did I say about the radius? The radius is always from the center of the circle, right? Touching the circumference, okay? So, this is the radius. Let me draw it for you. The radius should be over here, right? But how are you going to find the radius? One more thing. If you start from the center of the circle, you draw a line here. This is also the radius. Okay, this is also the radius. So the thing is that the area of the square is 98, right? And you know that this is the radius. But how are you going to find the radius? Because 98 is not a square number, right? So 98 doesn't really help you, because if you try to find the length of the square here, right, it's gonna be some decimal. So how are you going to make use of this to find the radius? So that is the main challenge here. Okay, so the main challenge is how to find the radius, and another challenge is they are overlapping, two quadrant overlapping. So you really need to visualize this very well. Okay, don't worry, I'll give you time. Okay, let's just take 2 minutes. Try your best to get an answer. If you really don't know, I'll help you. Okay, your 2 minutes starts now. Wow, Elliot said the radius is 14. How do you know? And what's the answer? Anyway, don't give your answer yet. Wait until the answer is... Wow, 17.5 already. Oh, that was fast. Never mind, after this you'll have the celebration dance, okay? Try your best to solve it, students. Some of you are typing 14. Their question is asking you what's the shaded area. Wait until the time runs out, then you type your answer, okay? Thirty seconds left. Wait. Yes, sign 2. Very good. You're very sharp. This is a difficult. Do you know that this is not an easy question? Time is almost up, students. 5 seconds left. See, some of you typing answer already, not counted. Time's up. You can type your answer now. Alright, let's see who got it correct. Very good, Aran, Carrot, and Sponge, you got it correct as well. Joe Ang, you got it correct. Well done, you're the top 3 who got it correct. Sign 2 also, very good. So students, how are we exactly going to solve this? Okay, when you have this slanted line over here, you know what we can do? Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We will make this, hold on. We'll make this into, wait, hold on. I will try my best to draw it as well as I can. we'll make this into a square. Okay, I'm gonna, wait, something like that. Yes, I'm gonna extend a line like that. And you know what we have now? Now we have a bigger square, but the good thing is that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. Okay, there are 4 triangles. What does that mean? Okay, that means that, students, the question already told you that this yellow part is 98. So it means that 2 triangles is 98. So what is 4 triangles? 98 times 2, which is 196. And guess what? So since you know that this entire square is 196, right? Then this is 14 times 14. So therefore the radius is 14, because this is 14 times 14 equals to 196. And I tell you, this is one of the harder parts of this question. But once you find the radius, you still need to visualize what's going on. So if I were to draw, okay, let me make a copy of this diagram. Okay, let me erase this first. So if I were to just make a copy of this diagram, okay, like that. There you go. Make a copy of the diagram. There you go. Wait. Okay. So this is one quadrant, and this is another, wait. This is another quadrant. Uh-oh. Okay, something like that. Okay, look what happens here, students. You have 2 quadrants, right? They are overlapping each other like this, right? And what do you want to find? You would like to find the shaded region. So don't worry, you know what we're going to do? What if I take this quadrant and I rotate it like that? Then, do you notice that I can just join them together like this? It becomes a semicircle. So students, you only want to find the shaded region here. So what can I do? If you want to find the shaded region, all you need to do is take the semicircle minus the 2 squares, 98 and 98. They already told you the square is 98, right? So easy. So we just need to take half pi r square, which is the area of the semicircle, minus 196, which is 98 times 2. Okay, so half times pi, which is 22/7, the question already said so. Half times pi times the radius minus 196. Let's simplify it. Divide by 2, divide by 7, and 11 times 2 times 14 is 308, minus 196, and we have 112 cm squared. There we go. All right. I have to admit, this question is a little bit out of the box. Okay? Anyone have any questions? Why is it still number 3? Number 3. Okay, so as promised, I will do I think we have 20k already, almost 20k. So I'm going to do one final celebratory dance. Let's go! Well done! Wow, students, I think today we really hit more than yesterday. Okay, so everyone, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining the MathTok live series. We have come to the end of our session. Now, if you have joined our Telegram channel, right, you will receive the full solutions in the Telegram chat. And at the same time, we'll be providing the full live recording as well. Okay, so after this, I'm going to upload the live recording into the Telegram channel. So, everyone, fantastic job today. If you found some questions difficult, that's perfectly normal. And remember, it's not about getting every answer correct. It's about restarting your mathematical thinking after the holidays so that you prepare yourself for term 3. And parents, thank you for spending time learning together with your children. Your support makes a huge difference. This is just the beginning of our MathTok live series because tomorrow is our final session. So tomorrow we'll have the final MathTok live series at the same time, Sunday, 4 to 5:30 p.m. Singapore time. So if you have enjoyed today's lesson, don't miss the next one. Let's hope that we can exceed 20k likes tomorrow, okay, and break the record. So if you have any questions, give me a DM and I'll do my best to reply. Have a great evening, students. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, everyone.